morning, everybody. It's Friday the 13th.
And time to get your bunny ears and hop on over to Memory Bound's video because we are kicking off our blind date with the Easter Bunny. And
look, here comes the Easter Bunny right now, Kelly.
Of course. We got to make sure we have the Easter. We got a really hoppy one too.
She's hoppy and happy.
Happy and hoppy Easter Bunny. So welcome to Memory Bound Paper Craft Store in Ankeny, Iowa. I'm Kelly behind the camera, but look who's in front of us right now. We've got Katie and Sarah, and we got Janet here. You guys look so darn cute. I need to pull out my phone and take a picture of this.
I guess I could stand up.
Yeah. Katie's got the hoppers going on.
I'm like a gallop.
So welcome everybody. We are glad you're here, and we're glad we're here, and we're gonna have a great Friday, and we're gonna have a great blind dates. We got 5 blind dates coming. Yes. And I would like to say thank you to everyone who purchased a blind date when it was really blind and you had no idea what we're making. But this morning, we're going to show you the projects, and we're going to kick it off with Sarah and her projects today. Oh, they're loving the bunnies.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Katie has not had a costume at Memory Bound for quite some time, so it's nice. It's nice to have her back.
There we go.
And we got some projects here on the table that we're going to show you, and then we're going to tell you all about the kits. So let's see. We have a lot of people say cute rabbits. You guys are hilarious. Happy Friday the 13th.
Let's do this.
And it is Friday the 13th. And Candy says no school, and there's no school here in Ankeny either, I believe.
Everybody's getting ready for spring break.
We never had Friday off on spring break in the old days.
Spring break. We had Easter break, and that was it.
Oh, we had spring break, but it was Monday through Friday. So Shelly says you guys are both so cute. They love the bunnies. This is a great way to start their day. It is a great day here in Iowa and in other places too. So we're going to start off by showing what you get in the kit and the projects, and then Sarah's going to kick it all off for us.
Yes.
So should we? I'm going to put the camera back.
Well, thank you, Easter Bunny.
Yeah, we're lucky that we got the Easter Bunny here today. That doesn't happen very often. And we're going to show. Do you want to show the projects and Sarah show the kit? Or how would you like to do it?
Easter Bunny's going to show us the projects.
All right, so let me click over to comments here. And I'll do this while the Easter Bunny is working on her microphone. And you got the camera all set up. All right.
It's a good thing I didn't do my hair today.
Oh, your ears look great.
Do they?
Your ears look great. Oh, everybody is loving this.
Yay.
We got people that Chris played the Easter Bunny. Oh, look at that. That's a good picture right there. I'm going to have to snap that for.
What do you want me? Do you want me to hold something or?
Oh, here, I know what you could hold.
Yay. Yay.
There, we got the Easter Bunny a treat. If you didn't know it, this has nothing to do with today's project, but we were able to get some more of the wood carrots. So if you wanted those, Doug made some more. Cheryl thinks you're going to be warm in your costume.
Yeah, I am.
She's wearing a beautiful sweater underneath of it.
Sweater. It is a little bit warm.
All right.
Yeah. All right.
So yeah, what we want to do is show you the projects that
briefly.
We're going to briefly show you the projects for the blind date. And
I like how Sarah went like this the other day. How you went through with when you did like this. Oh, my teasers. Yeah. Should I do it that way, Kelly? Or do you want a little bit more?
Well, we're just going to do it kind of briefly. You don't have to be super sneaky, but we're not going to spend a lot of time. I can tell you the projects are wonderful. This is a tag book designed by Peggy. And she's going to be here, I think, Wednesday, maybe. The schedule is all on the calendar. And if you don't have the blind date kit, don't worry. We have 10 left. So we have a few left. And we're making a banner. So that is there are 13 projects. Oh, the bunny is doing a great job, especially with her assistant. And here is a little mini book made by Katie. It's got like some different flips and pockets. They like your paws.
Thank you. My paws. What are bunny feet? My lucky rabbit's foot.
That's right.
Oh, look at.
And then we have 6 cards that we're going to be making. And they do have inserts with those. So if you wanted to use the inserts with them, you can. And we're going to show you everything that you receive in the kit. And then there is a project that isn't here. So that will be a surprise. But you guys, it's made by Chris. So we can, that tells you a lot right there. And when she brought it in, have you seen it, Katie?
Yes, it's amazing.
When she brought it in, we went, wow. So that's going to be a surprise. And then we've got, this is today's projects. Sarah's going to be here making 3 little coaster displays. So, and she's got a wobble. Sarah's been doing a lot of wobbling lately.
On your projects.
Yeah, she's been wobbling so much that they're sold out. So there are 13 projects and lots of leftovers.
13 projects on the 13th.
That's right. It is 13 for 13.
Yeah, so it's a good day. Taylor Swift would be happy.
Diane says she's glad she bought the kit.
Yes.
And we are too. There are
10
really,
left.
if you've got the kit already, you looked inside of it, and we're going to open up the kit.
People have not opened up their kit until today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Blind date.
Really?
Yeah. That's a seriously blind date.
So we're going to be making the projects with you, or not with you, I'm sorry. We're going to be making the projects. You can try to craft along if you want to. Some of the stuff we've pre-cut for time's sake, but you can always go back and watch the videos over and over and over.
A blind date with a project in the Easter Bunny.
Yep. I didn't know if you'd be able to show that with your paws, or if you'd like, do you want to show it, or do you want Sarah to show it?
I'll try. And
All
if
right.
we
So
if I need help, then Sarah, I'm sure, will jump in.
So we're going to give you a peek at what you receive in the kit.
I don't think bunnies have paws, Kelly. I think
What do they have? Feet?
Don't they have 4 feet?
Yes.
I don't think. What do they have? All right. So
Misty said Misty said she just got some wobbles last
Yay.
weekend. A lot of people have not opened theirs. Oh my gosh. All right, so you get the front sheet that just tells you the schedule of what's going on when, and the videos will be available for 30 days on Facebook, and then they are also on YouTube. So after 30 days, you can always watch them on YouTube.
All right. So you get, the big thing that you get is,
You're doing a good job with
my paws.
your
My
paws.
You get the 12 by 12 paper pack bunny hop, and all the papers in it and all the stickers.
And that's
sheets in
Doodlebug.
it.
That's a Doodlebug collection pack.
Yes. And then you should also have this sheet for the tag
That's for the tag book.
Thank you.
It's all right. I'm going to just chime in.
Yes, please do.
And I believe there's 4 sheets of Color Vibe.
Yes.
Look at those colors. Ooh, I love it.
Nice, fun,
A
springy
lot of
colors.
people have not opened their kit yet, Katie.
I love it. We'll open it now.
Yeah.
Yes, and you should have a 12 by 12 white cardstock and a 12 by 12 craft cardstock. And these are the inserts for Kelly's cards. So you should have that. You should have, I think it's 6, is it 6 sheets?
I think it might be
5.
5.
5,
But you
6
don't
by
need them
12
all. You only
white.
need a
Yeah.
couple. I
We
think
gave
you
you
need,
some
I
extras.
think you need 3 for the projects.
And then you should also have Easter eggs, literally Easter eggs.
Yeah.
That's for the banner. And then you should have 6 card bases. Ooh, I got a little chocolate on my, I've been eating some chocolate.
Oh, we had a chocolate egg, it
busted.
looks like.
And you should also have 6 envelopes to go with your cards. You'll be using 3 coasters for today. 3 coasters. And you should have your odds and ends. What I would do is I would dump these all out and have them in front of you. And then I don't know if you would have time or not, just to kind of sort them by, you're going to see there's flowers, there's eggs, there's chicks, there's jelly beans, there are houses. If you kind of want to just push them into little groups, if you want to do that right now, that would be awesome while we're getting ready. And then you do have a whole thing of ribbon here. Don't cut it. When we use it, we usually just use the whole piece, and then we'll tell you like, oh, trim it like 6 inches. Don't pre-cut the 6 inches, because sometimes you'll use less than 6 and sometimes you'll use more. And then you have,
That's
you have,
a little
Tim
Tim would call this your losables bag.
Your losable. So you have enamel dots. You have a ring for your book, tag
For
book.
your
Thank
tag
you.
book.
You have your wobble in there. And then you also have these little chicks. And then it looks like you have a pre-punched circle in the back of there. I like those
And
chicks.
you
I
need
didn't
that for
realize those
Chris. We
chicks.
didn't get to show you Chris's project,
Yeah,
but
Chris
that
is a
circle
3D.
is part of it. It's 3D, and once you make one, I think you're going to love
Yeah.
it. It's so darn cute.
It's very, very, very cute. Yes. All
and
right.
we have a question about, are there kits left? And yes,
There
we had
are.
this morning when we opened, we had 10 kits left, and Janet just linked them. So you can call or you can purchase it online and you will be good to go.
Yay. All right. Well, I'm just going
Katie,
to hop on
thank
out
you.
of here.
Well, here, let me change the camera so we can
So
get,
you can watch me.
so we can get one more look at Katie. Katie, thank you so
my
much.
elegant, yes.
Thanks for being here this morning and hopping in for the morning. It was extra special having Katie here. And she can still hop, which is even more amazing.
Things are shaking that shouldn't be shaking.
We couldn't tell in your costume. Oh my gosh. Well, Diane says, unfortunately, she missed the first blind date, but you don't have to miss this one. We have 10 kits left. Thank you again, Katie. And then we're going to welcome Sarah. Sarah's going to be here, and she's going to be kicking off our blind date with the first 3 projects. So,
Yes.
Sarah, I don't know if you want to have anything to explain before we switch the camera.
I don't think so. We're going to do a trio coaster or coaster trio today. These are great to display on if you've got like the wooden easels to display. If not, we've got them in the store as well. You can also display them on your tiered trays if you have the tiered trays at home as well. So we're just going to make a cute little trio of coasters today.
All right. Well, I think I'll switch the camera and we'll get started. And coasters are always fun. They come in the 3 sizes, the rectangle, the circle, and the square, which Sarah's using today.
Yes.
And I think they're just such a nice little project for a gift or to make for yourself, to put on display, put in your tiered tray. There's lots of options for those.
Yeah. And I kind of had this as like a grouping in mind when I created this. So it's like, hello, spring, keep calm and carrot on, Easter's on its way. So that's kind of where I drew my inspiration. Kelly, I was going to use the paper pack to show people which papers we're grabbing here.
There you go.
All right. So like Katie suggested, maybe go ahead and get your ephemera pieces out so you can get them sorted, because there are a lot of duplicates in there, a lot of larger pieces, and then a lot of smaller pieces. So that might just help you kind of sort out what's all in that odds and ends kit that comes in the pack.
Sarah, I forgot to mention, but we also we started a album on our Facebook page that will have pictures of all the projects too, that you can refer back to if you've got the kit and you're working on projects, down the road or in the future. And we just have one picture out there right now, but we'll get the picture of all the projects out there.
So for the coasters, you're going to need 3 different pieces of paper from the pack. You're going to need the teal color vibe. You'll need a sheet that's got the carrots on it, which I'll pull out here in a second. And then you will need the sheet that has the dots. You will also need the sticker sheet that is in the collection pack. You will need a couple of the odds and ends. And I think that's everything.
Oh, and
some of the
Janet's
cut
also
parts.
setting up a playlist on our YouTube channel.
Oh, awesome.
So it'll be really easy to find these videos to go back and make your projects.
So this is the dot sheet. It's the one that's called Spot of Spring. So there's cute multicolored dots on one side and a lovely yellow plaid on the other side. That will be for the Easter's on its way. We'll use a 4x4 square of that. And then for the Keep Calm and Carrot on, we'll be using the one that's called Carrot Patch. It's carrots on one side and a green plaid on the back. And then, like I said, we'll be using the teal color vibe for the background on the first coaster. So we'll start with cutting our backgrounds just so we can get those glued down using some collage medium so we can get those drying and ready to go. All right, so I've got my square of the teal color vibe, my coasters, my carrots, and then on the dotted sheet here, I did some off-camera work, so this would be dry in time to work with it. I don't know if you can kind of see.
Let me turn that light on, Sarah,
Oh.
and let's see if that shows it. Because I really thought that was an embellished paper. I did. Oh, you can see it. You can
Yeah,
see it
you
right
can
there.
see it. Yep, now you can see it even better. So what I did was I took glossy accents and I just dotted probably basically like 4 rows of dots around the outside, because on the inside you're going to put the sticker, so you don't need to have the glossy accents behind the sticker. But you'll definitely want to maybe do that first so it has time to dry before you're ready to adhere it to the coaster. But just kind of a cute way to make those little dots in the background stand out more. All right, so let's go ahead and start getting our coasters
Sarah, we just
prepped.
had a comment. Oh gosh, where did it go? Candy says she has been busy making your bunny little
Oh,
banners. And
wonderful.
I might have to go get one, and I'll bring it up so you can see what she's
It's like-
talking about.
Actually, we've got one right back
Oh, we got
here.
one right behind her.
Yes.
Okay.
So what she's talking about is this fun kit we put together. I'm not sure if we have any of the multicolor ones left, but we do have this one that's gray with pink ears. You get everything you need to make a bunny banner with 5 bunnies. So it includes the paper, the pom-poms for their buns, and the ribbon to use as the banner piece. So you get everything for $12.99. And then you can pretty much figure out, based on the directions, the dimensions, so you can make your own if you need some more. So that's a really fun little kit that we put together and did together last week. All right, so I went ahead and put some collage medium on one of my coasters. And now I've got my teal paper down. I'm gonna smooth it out. I didn't put a lot of collage medium on there, so it should dry fairly quickly. You can also use a brayer if you have one to help smooth it out if you have a lot of lumps in your paper. All right, so we've got that one in place. Now we'll do our carrot background.
Rhonda, we got you on. Yeah.
Okay. And again, just put some collage media mat on there and smooth it out. Use a brayer if you need to. All right. And then finally we'll get to that dotted pattern that I showed you. And the reason we're doing this first is so we can get those edges sanded down, and then we're going to ink a couple of these as well. I will say I had a lot of fun designing this one using those glossy accents. All right. So again, we're using the collage media mat to adhere our pieces to the coasters. And if you need some of that, we've got this nice size bottle for $5.99. And then on this paper right here, we use the glossy accents to make those dots stand out a little bit so they look glossy. And glossy accents is also $5.99. All right, so what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to trim off some of the excess around these, and then we will get to sanding them.
Oh, we get to sand today.
We are sanding, yes.
Sarah, I feel like we just did this.
I know, right?
We just sanded together.
We just sanded some blue jean paper the other day.
Cindy has a comment here that she says you could also do your carrots with the glossy accents, and
Absolutely.
you sure could. We have a limited amount of the wood carrots that are back in stock. Doug made more. We didn't think he was going to. So if that's something you want to make for Easter or for whatever, be sure and grab those while we still have them.
Thank you, Doug.
Yeah.
Those have been very popular. Okay, so we've got our pieces in place here. All right, let's see if we're Put a little bit more down on this corner so this corner doesn't pop up later on. All right, so we'll move on to the carrots then.
And Janet just linked the carrot on our blog. So if you're looking for the carrot ideas, she just linked it. Thank you, Janet. So cool.
The carrots really are fun. Another great thing to display for Easter if you have your tiered trays. I've had so many fun ideas on how to dress up the carrots. All right. And when using the collage media mat, I learned this a few weeks ago. This one will dry faster than the multimedia mat, which is one I used to use quite a bit. But when I'm in a hurry or I need things to dry quicker, I'm using the collage media mat now. All right, so the other thing we're going to do then, as Kelly mentioned, we're going to do some sanding. And we're going to use the mini ink blending tool, but we're going to use the distressed sanding discs with that today. And you get 10 discs for $2.99, sorry, in a package. And then you get 2 of the blending tools for $6.99. And those come with the foams, which we will also be using in just a bit. But right now we're going to start out with the mini blending tool and the sanding discs. So we're just going to start by sanding our edges. This is, goes back to Maggie techniques when she would do her different projects, her multimedia projects. So we're just going to go around and sand the edges so that the paper kind of becomes one with the coaster. And see how it just comes off really easily. So I really, again, I just learned about these sanding discs probably in the last month or so. And I have a file that I typically was using at home, but Diane had said, hey, why don't you try these? And I really do like these because then once your sandpaper is worn out, you can just toss it and get a new one. And it's like a really good grit, I would say. It's not too coarse and it's not too fine. So we're just going to work on sanding those corners on all of our coasters.
It's going to be very cute. Those are so cute, Sarah.
Thank you.
The whole collection, the Bunny Hop collection from Doodlebug, is very cute.
It is. And everybody's come up with such cute ideas for using the collection as well. All right, we're just about done with our first coaster. So there's that one. And I will start sanding off the carrots. And if yours get a little more distressed as you go around the edges with your sander than you prefer, it's okay. We'll be inking so it kind of covers up the super distressed look. So don't worry if you sand off too much.
I forgot that you ink these because I'm used to the ink being, like brown or
oh,
the
sure,
bolts.
sure.
So I'm glad that you inked them in a different, Doodlebug color. Diane talked me into those sanding discs.
Yeah, me too. That's what I was telling everybody.
She got a lot of us talked into it.
But really they are, because I have like one of these big chunky, the files that we used to carry here that I use at home. And then after every use, and I have to go and rinse off all the paper chunks that are on it. And whereas with these, once they're done, you can just toss them.
Okay. Well, and they're only $2.99
for 10 of them. And I really do like this tool versus like trying to control a nail file type tool. All right. So there's our carrots. And now we'll finish up with rounding the corners on our dot coaster. You guys must all be watching very
I
attentively today.
I think they are.
I'm not seeing a lot of questions.
There's no questions right now. They're probably relaxing, Sarah, while you do all the work, and we can just sit here and relax and kick back and enjoy the show.
And like Kelly said, the video will be available on Facebook for 30 days. And YouTube's kind of indefinite, I think.
Yeah, until they start saying, hey, we're kicking you off after so long. But right now it's, and Janet is setting up a playlist. So if you haven't been to our YouTube channel, and I'm sure she'll link it, you can go out there and there are playlists. So if you want to, there's one, it's funny because we have a playlist called Diane. So if you like
Nice.
Diane, all her like Christmas books and things are out there. And we have one for Copic, alcohol ink coloring, like Olo's. It might say Copic, but it's going to be the same thing. I'm trying to think, and there's one I believe for card making. I'm going out there right now, Sarah, so I can
that's fun. Yeah.
know what I'm talking about. There's one for card making, one for Christmas. We've got Craft Your Art Out, which we've been doing this year. It's a new thing. And we've got one for embossing folders. There's one for Easter. Gift ideas, heritage, junk journals. There's one about inks. Oh, there's just a bunch
we've
of
got
them.
all sorts of stuff.
They go on and on. There's a Tim Holtz, Valentine's Day. There's watercoloring. And so there's lots of good stuff out there.
So,
and
yeah.
thank you to Janet, because she does all of that for us.
Yes, thank you, Janet.
There would not be a Memory Bound blog without Janet.
All right.
Well, I take that back, Sarah. There would be one. And the last post would have been like back in 2005.
Okay, so we've got our coasters all put together. And now we're going to do some inking. So I'm going to take that sandpaper off and put some foams on the tool. And we're going to start.
That's a good visual right there on how you can change it. How you change from the sand to the foam.
Yeah,
so you don't have to get a new tool unless you want to.
I really like how these are just this really fine, like little Velcro fluff on the back. So it's very easy to.
I recommend that you kind of put your finger between the Velcro and the other side of the Velcro on the tool.
Yes, because it's just
So
attached
it
with
doesn't
a
pull off.
staple. So yeah, you don't want it to pull off when you're changing out your pieces there. All right, so there's our foam, and we're going to use some broken china.
Can you hold that up a little closer? Okay, so broken.
We'll use
There it
this
is,
one.
broken china.
Broken china.
Or that's tumbled glass.
Oh, sorry, I grabbed the wrong one.
But do you want?
Do you want
tumbled glass?
Is what I
do you
need.
want to ink a different one, and I'll go get you?
I can definitely do that. So
I will go get you tumbled glass.
Yes, thank you. All right, so we're going to ink our carrots instead, and that one is carved pumpkin. That one I do have. So we're just going to use a regular distress ink. And we're just going to go around the edges here. So it just kind of gives it a little dimension, as you can kind of tell here on the finished product. So kind of, I always like to go a little heavier on the corners. Thank you, Kelly.
You bet. I got back there and I forgot which one. Okay, I think we're good.
Yep, that's it. That's it.
Okay, and what color are you using now?
I am using carved pumpkin right now.
Carved pumpkin.
Yep. And we're just, like I said, I like to ink those corners a little heavier. But you, once again, can decide how heavy or light you want to go with your inking, or maybe you don't want to do any inking.
That's right. Sarah, I'm going to be making the banner, and I was going to ink it in white, but now I think I might use the color like you're using, and I might do my next one distressed like with brown to make it kind of grungy.
Yeah.
To show that you can make Doodlebug grungy if you want to.
You know, and I had thought about that, but I decided just to kind of do more of that tone-on-tone inking with this one.
I like that idea a lot.
Okay, so we've got our carrots inked with the carved pumpkin. And this is not in the kit, but I'm sure most of you probably have it. Or if not, we have it
It
here
was
at the
listed
store.
as an add-on.
And then we're going to go back and do our teal, and we're going to ink it with the tumbled glass. I tend to stick. Janet said she tends to stick with browns and grays for her edge inking.
So it's nice. I
Yeah.
think that's what I was trying to say, is that it's nice to think about, use your colors too for your edges.
All right. Tumbled glass. And this one, you're going to go more heavier on the sides and the top, because the bottom is really going to be concealed. And if you want a different shade of color, you can use a different shade of color. You can go a little darker.
Karen is joining late. Oh my gosh, Karen said, Sarah, she has no electricity at her house.
Oh, whoa.
I hope it's not super cold.
Where are you at, Karen? I'm curious.
Karen's Minnesota.
Minnesota. Oh, you guys must have had some really bad wind up there then. All right. So like I said, definitely hit that sky part a little heavier. All right. I think I'm pretty happy with that. It's a little bit more than I even did on the original, so you can kind of see how much I've inked versus the original. All right. So again, that was the teal paper with the tumbled glass distress ink. We'll take off our foams and put those aside. All right, now it's time to decorate our coasters.
I think it's windy in a lot of places, Sarah.
Yeah,
Karen
windy
said she's,
Ohio.
yeah. It's windy here.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Okay, did you want your other coasters to be in the camera also? If so, move everything down.
There we go.
There you go.
Okay. We're going to start with putting together our background on our teal coaster. So we have all of our...
You gathered all your pieces?
Yep, you've gathered all your pieces. You've sorted everything out. So you're going to need the sunshine, the leaping bunny, the bird perched on the flowers, and then another grouping of flowers. And then on the sticker sheet, you're going to need the sticker that says Hello Spring. And then in your ribbon pack, you have a strand of light green twill.
It's like a jute twine.
Jute. That's what I was
Jute.
looking for. Twine. That's what I was looking for. I'm like, not twill. What is this? Twine. I've marked there's so much ribbon this week. Okay. So we're going to need some twine for that one too. All right. So let's start building our background on our teal coaster. I liked putting the little sunshine off the coaster to kind of just, add some interest to it instead of everything's all within the 4 square inches.
Well, and then it's less square, I guess.
And it's less
I don't know.
crowded,
more interesting.
too.
Well, you're right. You can get more on it, can't you, Sarah, when you spread it out a little?
So I'm just going to put some of the collage media matte up in the corner. And then just angle the sunshine with his cute little smile. Up there. And then we're going to put the birds and their flower cluster, or bird, I should say, and its flower cluster down at the bottom. And then there's another flower cluster that we're going to have. We just want to make sure there was something behind the bunny as he was leaping around. It's kind of like our memory bound bunny.
Yes. And she's been leaping around. You guys, Katie loves costumes, and she hasn't had a costume for a while, so this was the perfect opportunity.
Katie fits into all the costumes
She
just
does.
perfectly. I'm gonna add just a little bit of medium underneath the sunshine rays here because they seem to be sticking up just a teeny bit.
Sarah, you're making this look very easy.
Oh, well, that's good. I like to hear that. And there again, we mentioned this the other day when we did the card kit. If you have a little bit of adhesive, but you have one of the rubber adhesive removers, you can use that to help wipe away any extra that you might have. And I think those are on back order right now. All right, then we have our bunny. And I just realized I did a whoops.
What do you need? And I can get it for you.
I'm good. I'm just gonna wipe it off on here. We're good. I
Are you
need to
gonna
pop
pop him
dot
up?
him. Yes, I need to pop dot him. I was just all excited about adding my collage medium layers. And oh, there they are, right in front of me, upside down. All right, so we're gonna pop up this bunny using pop dots. Another favorite of mine. And I think for all the ones I'm doing today, I just use the large ones. So you can use the large 3D foam squares, and those are $3.99. And I'm gonna put 3 of them on this guy here. But before we get into putting him on, we're gonna go ahead and adhere the green twine. Not twill, twine. So we are just going to wrap this around. Oh, that's a great idea, Diane. She said to use one of the circles on the spinners, on the sun. So here is the package of
And
spinners.
they came back in stock.
I know.
I think it was Friday, a week ago. We just got those back in stock.
So you get 5 of them for $3.99. They are metal spinning discs.
And Chris did a demo with it and showed how to use them, but they would be really good on there also with the sun to spin. I love that idea. We love all your ideas, everybody, so keep them coming.
And Heidi, I loved your idea about wobbling the bunny. I thought about that too, but I figured people are going to be like, okay, Sarah, you wobbled too much stuff.
Sarah, you're wobbling a little too much. We agree wobbles would be fun. And you could always, you know, you can take our ideas and add your wobble if you want.
Yeah. You could use the wobble on the bunny instead of this bunny if you wanted to.
And Janet just linked the demo with the spinners and Chris. So if you're wondering about those little metal discs, and they are another really nice interactive thing that is fun when you're making a card or a project. Just makes it, gives it a little wow factor.
Okay, so I am just wrapping my twine around the bottom of the coaster here. And there are there is 1 yard of the twine. So you can, again, choose to use it or not use it, your call. Or use less of it or whatever you'd like to do. All right, and then I want to try to get it so that it's more down toward the bottom. So that it looks like it's kind of like part of the grass around the flowers. And you can choose to knot it wherever you would like to. I'm going to knot it off to the side here. I'm just doing a simple knot. And then I'm going to just trim it a bit. Oh, and to the point where I clearly untied it.
And Val from the UK said she managed to get some spinners too, so that is good.
Oh, good.
Sarah, I don't know if you knew this, but evidently wobbles have their own category now.
Oh.
Janice says we love them that much that they have their own category on our online store.
That is impressive.
And Diane says never too much wobbling, which they're glimmers. They just are happy.
They are. They're fun. Like especially the other day, that foam finger that we did. Okay, so there is our.
So you just
green
tied it in
twine
a
wraps.
knot, but you could tie it in a bow. You have enough.
You sure can.
Twine. If you wanted to tie it in a bow, you could.
Yep. And then we have our little bunny dude, which we have popped up with some foam squares. And I'm going to position him so that you don't cover up the birdie. So it kind of looks like he's hopping towards the birdie. So there is that one. And then we have our cute little title for the top. Hello, spring. Spring seems to just can't make up its mind if it's coming or staying or what it's doing right now. All right, so there is our first coaster.
Whoa, okay. Then and then maybe bring it up to the camera.
Yeah.
So
So
everybody
there's
can
our
get a good
inked
look at it.
edges, our sun.
I think you need to go over that way. There you go.
So you guys can.
I like how the twine, I like that it's a little addition that you don't know is there, but if it wasn't there, you'd probably miss it.
Yeah, it just adds a little something that's not like in your face, but it's just subtle enough. All right.
Hey, one down.
Yes,
They're
one
fun.
down.
They're just so fun to assemble, and you will have extra ephemera pieces, so you
Mhm.
and extra like cut aparts and things. So you could probably
Yes.
make more coasters if you wanted to.
All right, so our next one is keep calm and carrot on. I just thought that was the cutest little saying when I saw that. It is on a different sheet. It's a cut apart sheet. It is on this particular one. This is called Easter Basket, and it is this little strip right up here. And you'll be cutting this up for a lot of the other projects. So if you do this one first, make sure you try to stay within the lines for your cutting, just so you don't cut something else that needs to be used for another project in the kit.
That's a good tip.
All right. So when I cut my carrots, I had some excess paper. I am going to cut a 4-inch strip that this keep calm and carrot on can be mounted on, so that becomes our little banner.
Sarah, while you do that,
Yeah.
I'm going to run grab another item that people might be interested in
Okay.
for your bunnies. We just had an idea from Val about putting a little enamel dot on the bunny nose.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. So I have a little excess from the strips that are above and below my keep calm and carrot on. So I'm just going to trim that up. Oh. What did you find, Kelly?
So Sarah, I'll have you show these. There's a product from Doodlebug. One of their shape sprinkles is called an eye for an eye.
Oh, that's right.
And I think I'll go ahead and so they're made to
Yeah.
put like on your bunny eyes.
And there's different sizes too. There's
Right.
3 different sizes.
So I might adjust that, and I think we'll just add them.
So $5.99.
It's funny. There's a comment from Heidi here. Can you grab those eye embellishments? They're called an eye for an eye. There's
Yeah.
different sizes. They're made to go on the Doodlebug faces, and I'm going to go ahead and adjust that one, and we're going to go ahead and use them on our projects because I think they would be a good thing to do. And then we had an idea
Shape
to
sprinkles.
put a little heart on
yeah.
the nose, and I thought that would probably, but you'll have to tell us which one that is because
This is Rainbow Hearts. You get 98 different colored hearts for $5.99. So let's put some eyes on our bunny. Let's see here.
those came out,
Yeah.
maybe 2 years ago.
Okay. I know it's been very popular
And they have
recently.
been very popular. And they just add a little bit. Sarah can put it on. You're good, Sarah. I have to use tweezers for that.
Tweezers don't seem to work so well for me. So I'm like, well, as long as I have some fingernails, we're good.
You're good.
So there's our little bunny with his little his little eyes. You can kind of
So,
see.
yeah, maybe show both of them. See if you can tell the difference if you show them both together.
I can
don't-
tell the difference.
I don't know if you're going to be able to
here.
see it on the camera.
This one looks a little bit more like pronounced than this one. So let's see here.
Yeah, it might be kind of hard to tell it on the camera, but they are really fun.
I feel like this one on the left that has them has a little bit more, more character in the face. This one just has, I mean, it's fine, but it's just like, I don't know.
Kind of shines.
Maybe it's more because it's in person. You can see it. So you can kind of see them up close here. And then should we put a heart nose on him too?
Sure.
Use one of the little pink ones from the top row. Oh, look at that. So we've got our dressed up bunny and our original bunny.
Oh, that is cute.
And then if you put him on a wobble, you've got even more personality.
You can just keep going and going, can't you, Sarah? All right, I'll take those.
There's those. All right, so we're back to our keep calm and carrot on.
So that was rainbow hearts, everybody, if you're wondering. And you might have some other little hearts from Doodlebug. But I did add those as an add-on for our blind date with the Easter Bunny. And you know what? If you're just joining us, you're here at Memory Bound in Iowa. And this is our first blind date with the Easter Bunny. It's our second series of blind dates for 2026. I think this is something that only Memory Bound is doing because we had this crazy idea that
Creative idea.
It was a creative idea that I saw at a bookstore where you could get a blind date with a book. And I just kind of tucked it in the back of my mind thinking someday we need to do that at Memory Bound because it just looks really fun. And they are loving the nose and the eye additions.
Good. All right, so I've got my keep calm and carrot on trimmed up, and I'm just going to go ahead and put a little bit of collage medium matte on the back of that, and then just kind of eyeball putting it on here. This is already 4 inches wide.
So you cut it, the coasters are 4x4 pretty much.
Yes.
So if you're not sure of the measurements, measure your coaster and you can figure it out. They're asking where your guillotine trimmer is, and we are using the Tim Holtz Precision Craft trimmer.
Since I'm doing such more detailed trimming on this, I'm using this style of trimmer versus the guillotine. I use that when I'm chopping larger things. Okay.
AKA the choppers. Guillotine, chopper, whatever you want to call it. We know what you're talking about.
All right, so there's our cute little banner for the bottom. We'll just go ahead and put that on.
And the banner also it's a nice title, you might say, a verbiage, but it also grounds your little bunny car. I'm sneaking him down here in the picture, Sarah.
And you can just eyeball it. It's a roughly 1/4-ish inch up from the bottom of the
Make
coaster.
sure your carrots, although I don't know if it matters what direction your carrots are going.
I would
They could
say
be going up or down.
Yeah, or I mean, I suppose they could go
sideways.
Because if he's going this way, I mean, you could have them going that way too.
Oh yes, the direction of the
so
car.
you could
the carrot car.
You could alternate your carrot car, yes. And then we're going to have our bunny on a wobble. And I know we always have this conversation. I usually put the absolutely smooth flat side on the piece that I'm wobbling.
I'm glad that you mentioned that.
And then the more open side is the one I put on the card. Okay.
It's so cute. And that's one of the, these are all pieces from the Bunny Hop collection from Doodlebug.
You know, I've got to play with the wobbles.
It looks like we're going to sell out of the blind date, Sarah.
Oh, wow.
But we will be getting more. So we'll be getting some more. So if you can put your name on the wait list, or we will pull one for you if you let us know. We still have, they're not gone yet. We have a few left.
But supplies are running out right now.
Well, it's $49.99 and it's a really good price.
Great deal.
I think it's maybe a little bit less than the retail value of the product in your kit. Plus you're getting 13 free projects.
3 projects. And then again, like Kelly said, you can take what you learn in these videos and apply it to other things as well. So on this particular coaster, I did a little kind of sort of mini junk bow. So we're going to punch a hole in the top of the coaster. Right about so.
And Sarah's using her crocodile.
I am using the crocodile.
That punches through just about anything.
It is. It's my go-to. But we also have another punch here that I brought. If you don't have a crocodile, but you have a regular hole punch. This is the 1/4 inch from McGill, and it is $9.29.
That's a long reach. That's different than maybe your office supply punch, because it is, you don't need a long reach for this, but sometimes you do.
It's got that nice amount. So yeah, there's times where it's like, oh, I wish I had just a little bit more room to work with. All right, so then now we're going to thread our ribbon. So we're using, you have a 12 inches of the green, sour apple, I believe, grid ribbon, and a dark green tiny ribbon. So we're going to thread those through the hole in the top of our coaster.
So you're using 12 inches of each. Okay.
And then you can trim it to your desired length once you get them threaded through.
You might have more than that in your kit.
Okay.
Because there's
others,
other people using that ribbon. So, but you need about 12 inches for this.
Yep.
Oh, Diane says the kit's worth every penny. So yay.
Well, that's great to hear.
Thank you, Diane.
I know personally I liked working on the ideas for the blind date once we knew what the collection pack was. It was a little different than our last blind date because we kind of already had the product for that one, and this one we started with product, but then we were able to add like a lot of different things to it.
Well, our last blind date was a winter blind date, and there were, I think we had I don't think we had any embellishment. I mean, we didn't have like ephemera or stickers, but we had cut apart papers and other things. It's a little different.
Well, because like this one, you know, I boosted our coaster. We have a wobble this time, whereas last time we just did a coaster with we didn't do too much layering and stuff on it. But yeah, this one, there's a lot of fun things in it.
Congratulations to Ruby. Sarah, she just got a crocodile.
Oh, yay.
It's a basic tool. It really is. And if you ever want to set eyelets, it sets eyelets and it punches through really heavy thicknesses.
It does. And you can punch holes that you put brads through too. I trimmed a little bit of ribbon off. So I have just, I liked the skinny ribbon to be my longer ribbon. But you can.
Yeah, you can kind of do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Too.
Or if you don't want ribbon, you don't have to put ribbon on it.
That's right. You don't.
That's the great thing about it. You've got all the stuff that you need to do it if you want to do it like we do it, but you can also customize it to be like you like it. So there are the 2 Keep Calm and Carrot On coasters. And now we're going to do Easter's on its way. Okay.
And that's the one that maybe you should go back and remind everyone what you did to the background, because that was pretty neat.
Sure. So some of you might not have been here at the beginning when we talked about this, but this paper is, grab my little thing here. It is the one that's called Spot of Spring. So it's these fun multicolored pastel dots. And what I did was I just took some glossy accents and did about 4 rows all the way around. So you can see the shininess.
It looks like a whole different paper.
It does.
So any little dot paper, like at first I thought it was like you
thought it was the
acetate.
Yeah,
because there's an acetate like that.
And we have some interesting split screen going on. Do you have that on?
Oh, yes, I did. I changed. You're welcome, everybody.
I was like, well, hi, everybody.
I was just responding to somebody, and I think I hit a button, Sarah.
That's okay.
Thanks for mentioning it. I hadn't looked at it yet.
Okay. So the main focal point on this is the sticker. Easter's
didn't
on
know
its
that
way
was a
from the sticker sheet. Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. So this one we are going to take our powder tool.
Now the powder tool is by EK Success, and I'm just going to tell you that it is out of stock. It's been out of stock for a little bit, and if you have baby powder, or if you have a
Cornstarch.
or an embossing pouch, I can't think of the name of that
Embossing
right now.
buddy.
Yeah, embossing buddy, that will work also, or just some powder or whatever you need.
So basically, ours is missing its little.
Well, the one stuff at Memory Bound gets too much love sometimes, Sarah.
It's missing its little end tip on it. It's kind of like almost like a brush. So I'm just dumping out some of the powder, and you can kind of see how it has made the sticky dull. So there's just a little bit of sticky down here that I'm going to put a little powder on, rub it in. And now our sticker is not sticky.
It's now a die cut.
It is.
Now, I want to mention while you're doing this, Sarah, Peggy does that to all of her stickers.
I did not
She
know that.
De-stickerizes them, and then she can kind of lay them around and see where she wants them. So
Great idea.
it's a Peggy thing.
Okay. So Easter's on its way has been de-stickerized.
And why did you de-stickerize it?
Because I was going to do the pop dots on it, and I like to de-stickerize because then that way nothing, like if you don't want dust or random things that fly through your house sticking to the backside,
Okay.
like, because it might still be sticky because it is popped up, so it could easily catch
I see.
anything.
Okay,
like
so you're
that.
going to
So
pop
that's
it
why
up.
I de-stickerized
If you don't
it.
pop it up, then just stick it on
Yep,
your.
you can just, you don't have to
stick it down.
Yeah.
It's very dimensional, and I think it looks good popped up. Diane says she has a supply of every color of the grid ribbon.
I think a lot of people do. It's very popular.
And
I would say
Heidi's
it's
asking
our
about
very-
easels. So when we get
Yeah.
this one done, we're going to show. Memory Bound has easels in black and natural, and in I believe 3 sizes each. And I think we have the 6.5 inch. Yeah, or 6 1/4 inch is what we grab for these coasters, and we'll show you those too.
All right. So this one, we're going to go Easter's on its way right in the middle. Again, just making sure that you've got all of your glossy dots are visible so that you aren't covering up or need to go back and touch anybody up. So we've got all of our glossy dots are visible. And he is popped up with 6 pop dots there. And then we're going to go back. There are, in your ephemera pack, there's a ton of Easter eggs that you'll be using for this project and some of the others in the collection. And I just grab,
Did you pick them out for a certain reason, or just grabbed what you grabbed?
I think I just grabbed what I grabbed.
Okay.
Because they were an afterthought after I'd already kind of grabbed my
yeah.
major stuff. And so I'm like, oh, let's see what's left. So if you don't like these particular eggs and you want to swap them out, I know like the tag kit has lots of Easter eggs. You can certainly swap out your eggs. There's no rhyme or reason with that. So again, this one, it hangs off the coaster just a little bit to kind of add a little extra dimension to it. So we're going to put the one down in the corner, and then we're going to put 2 up in the upper right hand corner. I'm going to put the orange one down first, and I'm only going to put liquid adhesive on about half of it. So there again, you don't have something collecting dust or getting stuck to something. Sometimes when you have the glossy accents on there and you're using an adhesive, you have to use a little bit more just because there's like a repelling thing going on between the two.
Yeah. Well, and I think, Sarah, you need to be generous with adhesive projects like these because they're not in a book behind a protector.
True.
They're on display, and you don't want things to fall apart.
Yes.
Especially if you give it as a gift. Lisa said she got the grid ribbon, and she bought and you could buy it a whole roll. And she brought a roll of white, and then she got ink to match a project and inked her white grid ribbon. So thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, we've had several customers who are like, oh, I've just got the white. I'll just make my own color if there's like a color that we don't have available. All right, so there is Easter's on its way.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
So let's show you guys how the easels. So this, as you said, was the 6 1/4.
They're 6 1/4 inch, and they're $3.99, and they're nice because you can change out your projects. And they come, and you can also, we've had people that have sprayed these with like spray stain or paint.
Yep, you
but
can
they
use
come in
acrylic
black
paint.
and natural. I think natural looks good with the Easter.
Yeah.
Like if you made these for somebody in assisted living, you could always change out their coaster each month, and they have a little decorative item that doesn't take up a lot of space. But people also put them on their tiered trays, and they work really nice for that too. Sarah, do you want me to switch the camera, and I'll pick up the camera, and we can get a better look at them on the easel?
Yeah.
Let's see. I better switch it then, hadn't I? So there you can see. There you can see them on the little easels. And the easels fold up flat. So if you were going to mail them, I mean, you can't put them in an envelope because they're wood, but they do fold up flat to make them a little easier to show. They're handy.
They are.
Sometimes I've put like a photo on my easels too.
Oh, fun.
So you could do that.
You can also use them if you receive a card and you want to display a card.
Yes.
I would almost recommend our next size up. I think 8 inch, I think.
I think 8 is the next.
Yeah. So you can also get them to hold on to or display a card.
Cheryl says adorable. Cindy says those are so cute.
Thank you, ladies.
Karen says very cute. So if you guys are joining us late, today was our first blind date, wasn't it, Sarah?
It was.
Our first blind date. We kicked it off with Sarah, and she's made 3 little coaster displays. We have got 10 more projects to go and 4 more dates coming up starting on Monday.
Lots of fun.
Shirley loves the coasters. Everybody loves them. We do have a few of the blind date kits still available. So if you don't have one, you haven't lost out. You can still get one. And Sarah, I'm going to put this back on the stand so I can look at the calendar because I think Katie is here Monday, but I'm not sure.
And the kits are $49.99. As Kelly said, you get a very good value for the amount of product that you get. And we had kind of shared what all comes in the kit this morning when we were starting the video. So you get the Bunny Hop, Doodlebug collection pack, the odds and ends pack, which is like their ephemera. You get a book ring for doing a tag journal. You get card bases. You get the pop dot that we used on the coaster today. You get card bases and envelopes, I should say. So it's not just the card bases, you also get the envelopes, which is awesome.
And Katie is here on Monday.
Okay.
So Monday, Katie's here doing a mini book, and Peggy is doing the tag mini album on Wednesday. And then I'm doing my cards and banner Thursday, and Chris is bringing us home. What do you call that in track? Your last runners? Isn't there a name?
There is, but I don't know. I'm not a trackster.
All right. Well, anyhow, she's going to be bringing us home on Friday, and you have not even seen her project.
No.
Right now, it's
Here's
a secret.
Monday's project.
It's a blind date for sure right now.
Yes.
But you'll be in awe of it because Chris is our paper engineer, and it is engineered, and you're going to be able to make one too. Okay, well, Cheryl says she's going to date us again.
Oh, wonderful. We get a second date.
We got a second date. Val says they're excellent. Anchor. Janet, thank you. So Chris is our anchor. So she'll be our anchor on next Friday. And thank you, everyone, so much for watching. Be sure and go out and click the thumbs up or like on our videos on YouTube and on Facebook. That really helps Memory Bound. And if you like the blind date, we have kits still available. And we're going to be back this afternoon, and we've got some new product to show. So we're going to have a video this afternoon. I can't tell you the exact time, but we'll see you then. And Sarah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
This was a great way to start our date.
It was a fun date.
I think it's going to be a good relationship.
I think so.
I think we're going to go somewhere with this.
I think so.
So have a good rest of your day, everybody.
Bye.